So we have this beautiful cross cut. The layers are very defined and in contrast to each other. We have a banana sponge and banana crème all inside of the milk chocolate and passion fruit mousse, and additional caramelized bananas just enhance the flavoring of banana sponge and milk chocolate. Now let's make a banana sponge. I've prepared ingredients over here. Basically, we will need sugar and egg whites for the meringue. All of my dry ingredients over here, and it's just the flour, almond meal, pinch of salt, icing sugar, and a little bit of cinnamon. It will just help to give us more flavor from banana, and obviously banana itself. If you can find them in a puree, that would be perfect. If you just have a fresh bananas like I have, very important tip in this, don't use a blender because banana is very similar to the potato, so it has starches. And if you blitz it with a blender, you will get very lumpy, gluey texture. We don't need it. It would be difficult to mix in with the meringue. So just with a fork. I'll just sift my ingredients now. A little bit of sugar. And let's start whipping on a smaller speed, then we will increase it. I prefer to transfer from the mixing bowl to proper bowl, wider. It's easy to mix other ingredients. Let's mix in our mashed bananas into meringue. I do have like a small chunks of bananas in the sponge. I think it's even more interesting texture. And let's mix in our dry ingredients. You can spread this on a silicone mat with a 1 centimeter thickness. And another way how you can bake your sponge is just using very simple silicone molds that I just found, I think, on Amazon. For me, it's easy because I don't need even pipe here. I can put amount that I need and just shake it, and it will be quite flat. It just fast away. And I'm going to bake this for 160 fan forced for maybe 15 minutes. Sponge baked in a silicone mold, very easy to remove. It comes off nicely and it's very flexible. I'm going to use this one for the tart. So that would be my like a bottom layer for the tart. Second one I will use as a double layer in my cake. Now let's make a banana crème. This is a very creamy banana inset. We will need bananas and some sugar. I'm going to caramelize it to have it even more distinct flavor from bananas. And for the crème anglaise, I will need the cream with the vanilla. I will need the egg yolks and some sugar for my egg yolks. So I will start with actually cream and vanilla bean. I've scraped here half of the vanilla bean and I'm going just to heat it up, leave it to infuse. Meanwhile, I will prepare my bananas. So I will need my sugar. You can drizzle straight away on the frying pan. Just bring cream and vanilla bean to simmer. We don't need to boil that. And let's continue with the bananas. our banana and sugar caramelized. So I'm just going to leave it aside and continue with the crème anglaise. I will need to mix egg yolks with the sugar. My cream is simmering, so I'm going to add to the egg yolks. And then pour it back. I'm going to bring this to the 82 degrees temperature. Make sure that you have your gelatin bloomed, because after bringing to 82, we're going to add gelatin straight away and then mix it with the banana. Because I have vanilla bean, I'm going to strain it. And I'm going to mix in my bananas. And now we're going just to blitz it to make the texture perfect. So our creamy mixture is ready, and we can pour it straight away on our pre-baked sponge. Just pour the banana crème on top and make it even. And I'm going to freeze this layer completely for at least 6 hours. Now I'm going to make a passion fruit and milk chocolate mousse. I will just show you setup and guide you through the steps. First, I'm going to whip the whipped cream and put it in the fridge. I need just a semi-whipped. It's easy to fold later, so that's a step one. Second step, I'm going to remove seeds from my passion fruit pulp. I just need a sieve and a bowl, and we can use seeds later, but we will need mainly juice. Step number 3, I'm going to heat up my cream with a little bit of sugar, and I need the sugar just to compensate that I'm adding gelatin and butter. That's why the amount is just a small amount. And I will pour here my passion fruit juice. After this is heated up, I will add my gelatin that's already bloomed, and I will pour this on top of my chocolate. I then will emulsify it, cool down to 40 degrees, add my butter, and then when it's cooled down to approximately 30 degrees, I will mix in my whipped cream. Start to whip on a lower speed and then increase it. In this case, you will get more stable cream, more smaller bubbles will be formed, and the ability to hold the air would be much better. So that's kind of consistency that I need. You can reserve the seeds and use later for the decoration. Continue with the cream. Add sugar straight away. And then you can add passion fruit pulp. And just gently heat it up to 80 degrees. Add gelatin. And then we are going to pour it over the chocolate. Now we're going to blitz it with a stick blender. I can feel the temperature is approximately 40 degrees already, but let's check. It's nearly perfect, so we're going to add butter. I'm going to transfer chocolate into a larger bowl. It would be easier to mix in whipped cream. And let's start with the 1/3 of the cream. We just need to mix it that we don't have a visible cream stripes. Now let's assemble our tart. I have prepared my double layer, so my initial silicon mold was a little bit larger, and also it's not a perfect size when you have a silicon mold, because silicon is usually like a bit flimsy. So I just use a ring cutter to cut it through. And just a little bit more mousse on top. I do like this kind of assembling the tart because I don't need to put it in the freezer anymore. I'm just going to put in the fridge, so my double layer is going to be defrosted, and then I can decorate with something extra. Let's caramelize some bananas. I'm going to have this as the top layer for the tart. I will need an equal amount of brown sugar and butter. I think it's 30 and 30 grams. And I will need probably one large or two smaller bananas. Then you can put sugar and butter. And put over medium heat. When the sugar and butter melted, you can arrange bananas on top. You can also add a splash of rum if you're going to use caramelized banana for your dessert. I'm making this one for my chocolate tart, which contains passion fruit in a chocolate mousse, so that's already enough flavor. But for other purposes like ice cream or plated dessert or any of your variations, you can use just this simple recipe. You can add rum, you can add vanilla bean, you can add basically any liqueur. Almond would be cool, so you can experiment with the flavoring. Caramelized banana is ready. When you see that they have a attractive fried top, that means that they are done. And I'm going to cool it down before I put on my mousse cake. If you would like to have a simplified version of the decoration, I would recommend just dust it with the cocoa powder. It will look also nice.